Innovative is a global leader for industrial connected worker solutions with the next generation connected workforce platform. The platform digitally connects the entire industrial workforce, executives, and back office, and uses built-in integrations to connect your SAP, IBM Maximo, and other back office systems with field-ready mobile solutions. Our zero-code configurator tool gives developers or non-developers complete freedom to customize and build mobile environments without any coding experience. I'll step you through some of the most common business processes your warehouse operators can carry out on the mInventory solution. We'll look at some of the features around goods receiving on the mInventory application. So I have a packing slip in front of me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use the packing slip to automatically feed in data to my handheld and then process a goods receipt. So I'm going to tap on my goods receipt and I'm going to scan the packing slip. So as soon as I scan that barcode, it's going to look up the information from my backend system and show me the purchase order that needs to be confirmed. So I have 3 line items on this purchase order. I'm going to select all to receive. I'm going to click on the first line item. So here I have the ability to actually capture the picture of my packing slip. So I'm going to take this photo of the packing slip to store against this document. So now all my information that comes with my deliveries are stored in a digital format together with the purchase order in my SAP system. So I'm going to go back. Additionally, I'm required to capture a batch number on this specific receipt. So I'm going to click on my OCR capability to read the text from my packing slip without having to key it in. This is going to cut down on input errors. So I'm going to update the quantity here based on my packing slip. So I updated it on the first line item. I scroll to the second line item and then on to my item and then updating quantities in one shot. I can go back, review the document that's been updated, and then once I'm ready to post, I can hit on the confirm button to be able to post this goods receipt into SAP as well as print a packing slip or a label as needed. Now let's take a look at the functionality around the goods issue transaction on the mInventory application. I'm going to select my goods issue transaction here, and you'll see the list of document types or reference documents that are available for the user to transact. So I have stock transport orders or outbound deliveries or work orders or reservations to choose from. Let's choose the work order object. So here I'm going to search for a list of all open work orders that I need to pick and execute. So it shows me a list of all the work orders that require to be acted upon. So I can sort this based on my settings. So I'm going to sort this based on the work order number. And so you'll see all the work orders on here. I also have the ability to search for this by work order number. So I can even type in a few characters. So I'm typing the last 3 digits of the work order number to be able to filter through my work order actually. So this particular work order, it has 1 item that is required. And because this is a serialized item, so you'll actually see that it's asking me for my serial number. So this would be a good example to show you how we can capture the serial number on the mInventory application. So I'm going to go select this item, and you'll see I have the option to automatically assign a serial number or manually assign one. And when I try to post the transaction without the serial number, my system's automatically going to prompt me for a serial number, and it's going to alert me so that I don't key in this transaction without a serial number. So I can go in here and I can either barcode scan my serial number. So because I need 2 serial numbers, I'm going to pop up 2 fields and I can scan with my barcode, or I can manually enter the serial number down here. So I'm going to use 2 serial numbers. I'm going to say 3467 and 3468 as my serial numbers, and I'm going to save this on this transaction. Now, as I'm issuing this part out of my warehouse, I can even capture the signature as proof of delivery of the person that I am issuing this part to or delivering this part for. So once I key in all of my transaction details, I can go in and say post the goods issue. So this is going to post the transaction to SAP in real time with my serial numbers. And once it's posted, I get my return, and I can even print a label or a packing slip for this transaction and store it against my delivery. Now let's look at the stock lookup functionality on the mInventory application. I'm actually going to show you both the stock lookup at the inventory management level and the warehouse management level. So first at the inventory management. So I'm going to select my plant and stock lookup, and then I scan my material barcode. So here you'll see I scanned the barcode, it captured my material number, and it looks at the details for that material in plant number 1000, which is what I specified. Within my plant, I can see the breakdown of stock on this material by storage location. So I have 3 different storage locations, and I can look at the details by storage locations. And further, if I want to break this down, I can even look at my stock levels based on material type or my movement type in here. So now let's go back and also look at the stock lookup at a WM level. So this is connected to SAP Warehouse Management. So I can search for stock at my WM warehouse as well. So I'm going to scan my barcode in here. And this is a different material barcode that I scan. And I have my warehouse number filled out. So my warehouse number is 001. I have a drop down of all my different warehouses that I can select the right warehouse if needed. But I'm going to search for material stock on this warehouse. So here you'll see all the different storage bins listed down below where I have stock of this material. I can click on any one of these line items, and then it shows me the available stock at each one of these bins. So I can tap on an item. It shows me that I have 1 piece in stock on this storage bin. So now I can break down and search for specific storage bins if I need to. So if I want to search for a specific storage bin, I can key in a few characters of that storage bin, or I can scan that storage bin number to further filter down my stock positions. One of the most common transactions that most warehouse personnel look for is the ability to actually change the storage bin on SAP's inventory management module. On the mInventory application, we've made that very simple and easy for the end user. All you need to do is either key in or scan a material number. So here I scan the material number and I have my plant defaulted at plant number 1000. And then it shows me the 3 storage locations where I have this material in stock. So you'll see for storage location number 1, I have a storage bin. So if I want to change the storage bin, I can update the storage bin on the fly. And then if I want to add the same storage bin for these 2 storage locations, I can plug that in right over here. And if I want to remove this, I can do that and then hit save. So what I'm doing right now is actually updating the storage bin on this material in real time from my warehouse bin location. So that way all these changes get pushed to SAP. Now let's look at the cycle counting functionality on mInventory and how it simplifies your physical inventory counts, which you typically do weekly or monthly. Out of the box, the application supports cycle count at a handling unit level, at the inventory level, or at the warehouse managed level. I'm going to quickly select the inventory cycle counts. All I need to key in is my plant or my plant and storage location, and I can search for all the available physical inventory documents that need to be reconciled or counted against. So here you'll see a quick status indicator. The green icon on the count signifies that the count has been completed. Some of my documents have a red icon, which means the count is yet to begin. And then when I see the blue icon, it means I've partially counted. So I still have a few more lines on that document that needs to be counted. So let me select this document, and you'll see all of the line items within this physical inventory document. So I have a total of 8 lines, out of which 4 are counted and the remaining need to be counted here. So here all I need to do is click on count and then go to item number 5. So here I can scan a material barcode to identify the material, or I can just scroll right down to the material and update my quantity. If I do not find the material, I can quickly enter a 0 count by checking that box. If I'm counting serialized equipment, it forces me to add a serial number for the equipment, or I can automatically assign a serial number. That feature is intelligently automated on the mInventory application based on the type of material selected. The last one, I'm going to pop it as a 0 count. I can look at my count date and update my count date if needed. And then once I'm done with my count, I can hit on save and post this counting. One of the recent innovations that we've included on the mInventory application is the ability to be able to develop, design, and print barcodes through the race engine directly on the mobile device without having to set up the barcodes in SAP. So we've enabled that through configuration on the race tool, and let's see how that works. So I'm going to open up my barcode layout designer and bring up my layout design screen. Here, I'm going to look for existing labels. What we'll do is we'll set up a bin label today. So I'm going to open up the bin label, and here let's see all the parameters that need to be fed in. So I have the ability to define how I want the barcode to print. Do I want it at the top, bottom, left, or right? So I'm going to select top, and then I can select a barcode type over here. I can either select my regular code 128 barcodes, data matrix, QR code. So there's a whole list of barcode types that we support on here. So I'm going to choose code 128. Then I can define the size of my labels. So here my barcode height can be, let's say, 1 inch. So let's say I want to use a 1 inch by 4 inch configuration. So I choose height as 1 inch, and then my width is adjustable as well. I'm going to set this as 4 inches. My barcode position, like I said, top, left, right, or bottom. I'm going to choose top over here. And then if I have multiple fields on my barcode, I can use a separator. So now because I saved this in my race tool, this is automatically going to get pushed to my mobile device. So I can check what I did on my mobile device right away. So I'm going to update the configuration on the mobile device by hitting refresh. Now I can go to my device and look for these configuration changes in my label printing section. So I'm going to open up my label printing module because we just worked on the bin label. I'm going to select the bin label. And here I can put in my storage type number. So I'm going to say storage type is going to be 001. And then I'm going to key in a bin number. Just call it 12334. And you'll see the print layout. The one that we designed was the top layout. So here you'll see I have now a print size of 4 inch width, 1 inch height, code 128 barcode based on the barcode position. So now I'm actually designing the label on my race tool and having it available on my device immediately through the configuration settings. So if I make a change, for example, if I want to make changes on here, either change the width or change the height, I can do so on race, and then that's going to show up on the device. Whether you want to manage inventory in your warehouse, at a store, in shipment, or out in the field, mInventory can do it with simplicity and ease.